This Spotlight is brought to you by presenting sponsor, Busey Bank. You're watching Spotlight, and joining me now from the Western DuPage Special Recreation Association are Dan Leahy and Jorie Meyer. So nice to have you both on the show.
Thanks, Jane. We're really excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dan, let's start right out with you. Explain to us what Western DuPage Special Recreation Association, or WDSRA as I like to say, is all about.
Sure. So we're an organization that serves people with special needs of all ages. And structurally, we're really like a park district. If you imagine anything your park district offers, we offer it too. Sports, arts, special trips, special events. Really, we try to offer a wide range of services to include the disability population and make sure that they're living rich, fulfilling lives and connecting the community.
That's wonderful. And what kind of geography do you cover?
So we serve 9 communities, 9 member districts. They're all our park districts, and north to south throughout DuPage County, north Bloomingdale and Roselle, down to the south, really Naperville as far as it extends.
Okay, all right.
Wheaton in the middle.
Wheaton in the middle, I love that. Well, somebody's got to be in the middle,
there
right?
There you go.
Yeah. Now, Jorie, one of the things I know, because we've worked with your organization before, is you really customize for each individual participant. How do you accomplish that?
We do. Well, every person is an individual, so is the needs that they have, their goals for the program. So as recreation professionals, we really want to take the time to do an intake on each person, so that way we can prepare them best for the program and we can prepare our staff best for the program. So we take all that information, prepare, get the adaptive equipment, the sensory materials we may need, and go into the program so they can be most successful. That doesn't always happen, so we're always adapting on the fly, learning as we go, so that way they're successful, meeting their needs as well as the needs of the family.
Okay, and that is, I mean, everybody is different. So is it for both cognitive and physical? Like, give me an idea, a little bit of some of the customizations, for example.
Sure, so we do serve all disabilities, including intellectual and physical disabilities. So the range of intellectual may be autism to Down syndrome, and every need in regards to some of the behaviors that they may have, and how do we provide that for them. In regards to the sensory materials, maybe headphones. So if we're out in the community and it's too loud, we're ensuring that we're meeting their need of their surroundings as well.
Okay, that's helpful. You can talk a little bit about the impact that you see WDSRA really having on families.
Absolutely. So this is an area I could talk about for a long time. We're a WD family ourselves. We have a 25-year-old with Down syndrome who's been doing things with WD for probably 15 years. And just, I can tell you the growth that you see, the independence, and the joy, right? Like, we all need to find joy, and you have your vocation, but how do you keep that connection with your friends and the community? And a lot of people in our population struggle with that, especially after they leave the education system. So the impact on families is tremendous for both the individual and the family too. The family gets respite from caregiving. They get to catch up on life, and they get to see their person living their best life. So really, it's a privilege to be in that world, both professionally and personally.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, and I would think too that it creates a real social connection too, which I loved how you talked about the fact after the education system, which sort of for all of us as adults, right? You have this built-in mechanism when you're in school, and then suddenly you're out into the adult world, and it can be isolating for everybody. So talk a little bit about kind of some of that socialization.
Yeah, so all of our programs are really designed to deliver fun. And as you said before, we serve people for 50 years. They get to know their friends through WDSRA, and they just look forward to seeing them and doing all the special activities that they do year after year. And we're always trying to change it up and keep it fresh, right? Because it's not like school. There's no clock where it ends. They're going to be with us as long as they're having fun, and that's our goal.
Okay. Well, and, kind of building on that. So there for a lifetime, you all have been around for almost 50 years, right? How do you keep that fresh? How do you, Jorie, because from a programming standpoint and everything, how do you keep that fresh?
We meet quarterly as an entire recreation team to come together and gather those ideas. So what's the fad happening? Myself, even going out there, is there a circus in town? Are the Bulls playing locally? All those things that you and I would want to do, they want to do too. So we're making sure that we're giving them those opportunities, but also staying on top of the fads and what's happening. So that way some of our kids can go to school and be like, oh yeah, I did that too. We want to make sure that they're connecting with their peers as well and doing all the things that everyone else is is doing. So a lot of new things. We listen to our parents. So if parents are saying they want something, then we look into that and bring that to them. One of the things currently was youth athletics. We saw a need for that. Our parents were saying, hey, we want some of our youth to be together with other kids with disabilities and doing sports. So for the past year and a half, we've had a strong youth athletics program coming back with flag football, soccer, and heading into basketball.
That's wonderful. And do you, in doing that, do you also get feedback from the 9 park districts that you work with? Because obviously they're evolving to meet other needs. So what does that collaboration look like?
Yeah, I would say absolutely. They're always doing community needs assessments. And over the years, as you can imagine, there's a growing need to serve the populations of people with disabilities, autism being the latest segment that's really growing. So as Jorie said, how can we design events that are different from a sensory standpoint? How can we meet the neurodiverse community where they're at? Again, make sure they're having fun, making sure they're not left behind. And that's an area where we can lead them, and it's really our responsibility to do that and add input while listening to the community at large.
Okay, that's interesting. And you know, we're rapidly moving towards 2025. What's on your radar as you look ahead?
So as Jorie said, we're always looking at our program catalog and our offerings to make sure that we're staying current and cool and all that good stuff. And we hear from our participants too. They come up with crazy ideas, things they want to do, whether it's going zip lining or whatever the case may be. We're going to have our second pickleball tournament this coming winter, and that was a big hit last year. We're excited about that.
Who does not love pickleball?
Pickleball's
it seems to be taking over.
It's the whole
As a
rage.
tennis player, that's a little annoying, but it does.
Go.
It seems to be taking over.
And then we're getting back into our larger trips. Last year we went to Cancun. This year we're going to San Diego. That's something that our staff and the participants really look forward to. And beyond that, sky's the limit. We're always trying to create new special events to pick up on themes, whatever that may be out there in the pop culture world that we can just have fun with. So really, I would just say visit our website and you'll always have an idea of what's going on at WD.
Yeah. Last quick question. How can the community support you? What are some of the ways we can support you?
Many different ways. Volunteering. We always need volunteers in our programs, whether it be a special event or a weekly program. Give us ideas as well. What's happening in their community? Are there things that we could attend that the community is doing? Donations. You know, the only way that we can do things is through donations, whether it be monetary or of supplies. So
I can add to that just really quick too. One of the ways that we're asking the community to support us is through, like Jorie said, monetarily. Our foundation serves our mission as well, and we're trying to build towards an endowment goal, which will provide scholarships for families. A lot of times special needs families have one earner because the other person is busy caretaking, transportation, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So really, we don't like to turn anybody away. If somebody wants to sign up for a class or a program or an event, and we could provide financial assistance and they show need, we do that.
Okay.
So, you know, that's one concrete way I can say for sure. Otherwise, word of mouth, tell people about us and spread the word.
Great.
Yep.
Love it. Thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And if you would like to learn more about WDSRA, please go and visit their website. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We're coming right back with more Spotlight. This Spotlight is brought to you by presenting sponsor, Busey Bank.